Shalom, shalom. I'm going to start this video off by giving all praise to the Most High in the name of His Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Call Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, peace, blessing, and salutation, protection to the elect, and the hope for all elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So-called blacks, Mexicans, Latinos, Native Americans up here in the uppermost part of the earth, which is Babylon, America. The great, yo. And the thing is, I just want to get right into it. I was really just talking to myself the last kind of prepping for this video, but what I was doing was I just want to show you guys some testimonial writings that I have. Basically, I've been writing poetry for a long time, music, okay, but one that I want to end this off with is I just want to go through them, okay. I remember those times, angels, UFOs passing by. Yeah, some real stuff I done seen with these eyes. Yeah, I got 2 scars, one on my side, one I died twice, another he put in my mind when he visited me up in the night, you know, trying to figure out my purpose in life, until he came and visited me up in the night. And this is just like some little stuff, you know. UFOs passing me up in the night, trying to tell them what it is in the sky. Yeah, I've been heard upon the moon up in the night. Yeah, I heard upon the moon up in the night. Let's go into an eclecticus. Let me bring it out because I got my apocrypha. So I'm gonna try to edify you guys while I'm reading these parables and these basically these are, this is my diary, y'all. This is some deep stuff. This is 2nd Exodus 12 and verse 35. This is the dream that thou sawest, and these are the interpretations. Okay, so within my diary, within these writings, I am interpreting what I seen that night, what I went through, what I was feeling, so I could help you. You know, thou only has been meet to know this secret of the highest. Okay. That is stressing how important this is to know these things, and you start to understand why these people get famous and you never see them again, or you never hear from them again, or until you, or the next time you hear from them again, you know, it's about they in a hotel room, suicide, pill bottle, whatever. But we know, you know, us in the truth, we know that's not the case. You know, there's a lot of people who do good that are in the industry, but they really need to pull back because it's carnally to be stuck in that. Okay, that's why I didn't sell my soul when, you know, 2 years ago. You know, I'd rather stand with my integrity and my dignity for knowing what I know for the Most High, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You know, John 17 verse 6 and verse 26, I heard his name in my dream. Right after, since we're here, 2nd Exodus 14. 2nd Exodus 14. 2nd Exodus 14 verse 34. Therefore, if so be that you will subdue, okay, that's to put your own knowledge and your own thoughts into subjection, okay, to be disciplined, to subdue. If you would discipline your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye should be kept alive, and after death you shall obtain mercy. For after death, okay, that death is Ezekiel 28 verse 8. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the names of the righteous be made, or slack it, then shall the names of the righteous be manifest. So let me, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. And what are those works? Okay, the graven images. Okay, I want to bring out something. In Ezekiel. Let's see, Ezekiel. Okay, hang on. Slack it. Oh, skip right to it. Okay, Ezekiel 28 and verse 8. They shall bring thee down to the pit. Okay, that pit is going back to Psalms 40. Okay, he had brought me also out of a horrible pit and established my goings upon a rock. That rock was wisdom. Okay, because you need this wisdom to live, man. You know, this is the thing. They shall, Ezekiel 28 verse 8, they shall bring thee down to the pit. That's hell right there. We have walked in unpleasant places, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. So that death is that death in the midst of the seas is suicide. You know, being tried in your mind. You know, that's literally at the edge of the world. You know, about to take that fall. That's that waterfall. That's wisdom. You know, I went through that waterfall. You know, so it gave me a little understanding of, you know, what's going on. Okay, so this thing is we got to subdue, we got to discipline our own wisdom, our own understanding. Okay, the thing is because the moon, she talked to me, so let me bring that out. Okay, let's see where we're at right here. Ooh, and this is big too. Wisdom of Solomon, 12, verse. We start at 22 or 21. Oh, 20. No, that's because it's because we're going Ezekiel 28 and verse 8. We're actually going through the death of our enemies, so we have understanding of, you know, their end. Okay. For thou didst punish the enemies of thy children and the condemned to death with such deliberation, giving them time and place. You know, because he's long suffering and his mercy is great. You know, he's going to give you more than enough time and place, whereby they might be delivered from their malice. With how great circumspection didst thou judge thy own sons, okay, unto whose fathers thou hast sworn and made covenants of good promises, you know. Wherefore, whereas thou doest chastise us, thou scourgest our enemies 1,000 times more, to the intent that when we judge, we shall carefully think of thy goodness, and when we ourselves are judged, we should look for mercy. That's the thing. When you're patiently waiting, man, with the Most High. All right, I'll order something. I work here. I'm cool. You see that? You got devils basically fired up. I'm literally sitting here at McDonald's. He said, "Oh, you can't be here. You can't order nothing." That's the thing. I work here. I work here, man. This is bullshit. Like, I literally just got a interview here at this job. So the thing is, that's the thing. They can come up all they want, you know. But it's just, this truth has got to get out. You know, this truth has got to get out. So we got to look for mercy, you know. Wherefore, whereas men have lived disassolutely and unrighteously, thou hast tormented them with their own abominations. Okay. So that's the thing. People are bugging out. They don't know what's going on. But the thing is, he's gonna manifest your wages to you. I mean, he's gonna reprove you. You know, you're gonna remember. We're gonna remember our own sins, for they went astray very far in the ways of error and held them for gods. Okay, that's the work of your hands, alright? Which even among the beasts of their enemies were despised, being deceived as children of no understanding. So look. the beasts of their enemies were despised, being deceived as children of no understanding. Therefore unto them as to children without the use of reason thou didst send a judgment to mock them. But they that would not be reformed by that correction, that's that reproof, the rod, alright, wherein he de-allied with them, shall feel a judgment worthy of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the Most High God. For look, for what things they grudged when they were punished, that is, for them whom they thought to be gods now being punished in them, when they saw it, they acknowledged him to be the true God, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So that's the thing, to see it, you know, and I say this all the time, it is just 2 letters, but it can be a big thing. And that's the thing. Don't take anything lightly. Okay. Whom before they denied to know. Okay, and that's what you see. People are antichrist, and they deny to hear the words of the truth. They deny to basically. They deny just the proof of all these things, okay? I mean, if the bad's good, then if the bad's real, then the good's definitely real too. That's what people, I mean, people, they get blind to it. Whom before they denied to know, and therefore came extreme damnation upon them. So that's what's about to happen, man. And we can't be sorry for it, because he gave you more than enough time. Surely vain are all men by nature who are ignorant of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the Most High God, and could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is, neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the work master. So the works both on the left hand and the right hand. You know, he put it in the left-handed's mind that they're gonna set up graven images in these churches. The people are gonna bow down to rock. He got that spirit on them because they're already gone. And there's no saving them, okay? If you've seen somebody with, this is the thing, man, dementia. It's like dementia, man. It's amnesia. And the thing is, but deemed neither fire or wind, or the swift air, or the circles of the stars, or the violent water, or the lights of heaven to be the gods which govern the world. But see, and we gotta understand that the God of forces, okay, that was just describing the Halalyam, the Shemayim, the heavenly powers. Okay, but there's earthly powers here too. Okay, with whose beauty, if they being delighted took them to be gods, let them know how much better. This is talking about the 144,000 actually. With whose beauty, if they being delighted took them to be gods, let them know how much better the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the Lord of them is. For the first author of beauty hath created them. But if they were astonished at their power and virtue, let them understand by them how much mightier he is that made them. For by the greatness and beauty of the creatures proportionably the maker of them is seen. You know, make thy face to shine upon thy servant. Going to David, it's going into David, man. David 9 and verse 17. Okay, this is what's beautiful. This is you know, only, you know, that's the thing. Only I was alone that seen that vision in the night with, you know, Revelations 22 and 4. Okay, and that's the thing. I was called by thy name, and then I basically seen his face in my forehead, and it's matching up with Daniel 9 and 17. Now therefore, O our God, hear the prayer of thy servant, and cause, and his. Now therefore, O our God, hear the prayer of thy servant and his supplications, and cause thy face to shine upon thy sanctuary that is desolate, for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the Lord's sake. And that's the thing. Your body is the sanctuary, man. And everybody's confused, but we gotta understand why we're confused, okay? This is going to Daniel 9:8. O Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. To Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, the Lord our God, belong mercies and forgivenesses, though we have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed the voice of Yahawah, the Lord our God, to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets. Yeah, all Israel, the 12 tribes, so-called blacks, Mexicans, Latinos, Native Americans, up here in the uppermost part of the earth, Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans. That's the thing, man. There's so many. We became a number of the sand of the sea. Neither have we obeyed the voice of Yahawah, the Lord our God, to walk in his ways which he set before us by his servants the prophets. Yeah, all YAHAWAH Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing. And how do you depart? It's by going back to your old ways, being a son of perdition. Okay, it's being hard-headed, stiff-necked. Don't listen. You know. By departing, that they might not, and this is the thing, thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse. What's that curse? The curse of Deuteronomy 28. I can't even spell Deuteronomy, but I can remember that word because it scared the shit out of me. The curse of Deuteronomy 20. I heard a high authority voice said, this is the curse of Deuteronomy 28, you know. And I heard verses right out the book, you know. So as I prevailed to open the book, I seen what was said to me in the vision of the night. Okay, just like Daniel and Job, man. The thing is, the Most High speaketh twice, yet man perceiveth it not. And then you were asked twice. You know, that's sacred, man. If I could pull it up. This is Eclecticus 51 verse 16. I bowed down my ear a little and received her and got much learning. That's wisdom, okay? Wisdom, she manifested way to me. She entered into my soul, spoke of in Proverbs 2:10. Okay, we are in Barak right now. Let's try to bring out the best. Okay. Because wisdom is the principal thing. O Yahawah, Barak 2:12. O Yahawah, Lord our God, we have sinned, we have done ungodly, we have dwelt unrighteously in all thy ordinances. That's to be in the office. Let thy wrath turn from us, for we are but a few left among the heathen, where thou hast scattered us. And that's the thing. That's the thing. We could be left very few. We don't know. Only the Most High knows. Or actually, we have become more than. Well, we have become less than any nation. On the lines of being a nation. And that's the thing. Like, if people knew who we were, they would love to have our presence in their places. But like what you just witnessed in front of this video, I work at this McDonald's and they just try to kick me out of here. Like, I literally just had an interview last week, waiting on my second interview this week. So the thing is, when he gives you wisdom and he gives you that understanding, Eclecticus 51 verse 29, let your soul rejoice in his mercy and be not ashamed of his praise. Work your work betimes, and in his time he will give you your reward. Okay, so the thing is, just stay on the righteous path, man, and stay out of all this bull stuff. Okay, This is Eclecticus 49 verse 11. How shall we magnify Zerubbabel? Even he was a signet on the right hand. And we know that he was a signet, he was sealed. It goes back to Haggai, man. Zerubbabel, my servant, the son of Shealtiel. And we know that Yahawashi, who they ignorant called Jesus Christ, he was of that seed line of Zerubbabel and the son of Shealtiel, okay? And that's the thing, verse 13, and among the elect was Nemius, whose reon, okay, that reon is a big word, is great, who raised up for us the walls that were fallen, and set up the gates and the bars, and raised up our ruins again. But upon the earth there was no man created like Enoch, for he was taken from the earth. So that's what abduction is, okay? He was taken up in a cloud, a pillar, and a whirlwind. Okay. I really want to find this one. This is just seeing something light up. Eclecticus 39 verse 6. When the great Lord Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. You know, that's that reward, okay? That's the spirit of wisdom. Proverbs 2 and 10. When the great Lord Yahawah will, okay? Because the thing is, he has no respects against small or great. So the thing is, he's going to do everything according to his will at the appointed time of his will. He shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi in his prayers. He shall direct his counsel and knowledge, and in his secrets shall he meditate. Whose secrets are those? The secret of the Most High. What these scriptures are talking about, the stuff that's too deep, that it'll eat you. That's what it is, man. Jonah. Okay, when Jonah was swallowed up, man, wisdom will swallow you up, and she will devour you, you know. And this is the thing too. Luke 10 and 18, and he said unto them, this is what happened. I seen this 2 times in my life. Okay, the Most High speaketh twice, yet man perceiveth it not. Okay, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Behold, I gave unto you the power to tread upon serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Notwithstanding in this, rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your name is written in heaven. Shemayim. Oh yes, this is it. Eclecticus 32 and verse 7. Speak, young man, if there be need of thee. Okay, if there be need of you. Okay, and there's a lot of people out here thinking everybody they you know, they're the ones, you know, the needed, the chosen ones. Okay, the thing is, what the world needs is the 144,000. Okay, speak, young man, if there be need of thee, and yet sacredly when thou art twice asked. Going to Job 33:14. Man, that really I'm gonna have to go say something to them. But it's beautiful. Oh, this is Jonah. This is Jonah. This is Jonah 2. Then Jonah prayed unto Yahawah, the Lord his God, out of the fish's belly, and said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto Yahawah the Lord, and he heard me out of the belly of hell. Okay, so remember that that pit.
You only got 30 minutes, alright?
Hey, I work here.
When?
Last week.
I haven't seen you around.
I'm waiting to get my second interview.
Okay, well.
But yeah, I got money and
That's fine.
I'm doing
As long as you're not
sitting
there causing trouble or bothering anything as a customer, you're fine.
No, I'm just on I'm just going live, bro. So This is the thing, man. Dude was just watching, staring what I'm doing. That's the thing, man. But that's what you see the world doing, man. I ain't bothering nobody, man. I'm just sitting here, man, recording, talking to you guys, man, because this is my enjoyment, man. This is my fulfillment. This is my satisfactory, you know. This is better than sitting in the factory, man. Because I like to help people, man. And that's the ultimate thing. I died twice, and you know, I've been wanting to know, you know, what's my purpose here? You know, what am I supposed to be doing? The thing is, like, if I would have had that on recording of them trying to kick me out when I work here, I mean, in a way, I did. Lord willing, Ratasah, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. I mean, got all that on audio. Okay. And the thing is, for thou hast cast me into the deep, in the midst of the seas, okay? The floods, okay? Compass me about. This is beautiful, y'all, okay? Ezekiel 28, verse 8. He has cast me into the seas, okay? The midst of the seas. And the floods, okay? The floods of ungodly men, okay? That's your sins, your iniquities being manifested, you know? And the floods compassed me about. All thy billows and thy waves passed over me. So we got to know that his floods are greater than any flood in the world. Then I said, I am cast out of thy sight, yet I will look again toward thy holy temple. And the thing is, there's a place by him. Ezekiel, or actually Exodus 33 and verse 21. There's a place by him, okay? Then I said, I am cast out of thy sight, yet I will look again toward thy holy temple. Because the thing is, the Most High is going to chastise us, man. I am cast out of thy sight, you know, because we're fallen, man. You know, we come short. The thing is, like, his mercy and his greatness is much bigger than people actually believe, man. And the thing is, the waters compass me about, even to the soul. The depths close me round about. You know, that roundabout is very prophetic. The weeds were wrapped about my head. I went down to the bottoms of the mountains. You know, the earth with her bars was about me forever. Yet hast thou brought up my life. So he was saying he went to hell, man. But it's the belly of hell, man. The belly of hell cried, I. Out of the belly of hell I cried, I. Yet thou brought up my life from corruption, okay? Because he won't let see his Holy One to see corruption, okay? O Yahawah, O Lord my God, when my soul fainted within me, Psalms 40 and 12, I remembered Yahawah the Lord, and that faint faileth. To be faint is to fail it. Going to Isaiah 44. And my prayer came in into thy holy temple. You know, even in his ears, you know. They that observe lying vanities forsake their own mercy. But I will sacrifice unto thee with the voice of thanksgiving. I will pay that I have vowed. Salvation is of Yahawah the Lord, and no other name. Acts 4 and 12, man. There's no other names under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. And Yahawah spake unto the fish, and it vomited out Jonah upon the dry land. That's the thing. Like a fish, when a fish got you, it's got you. Okay? And the word of the Lord Yahawah came unto Jonah the second time, saying, Arise. That's the thing. Look. It's beautiful though. It's just so beautiful, y'all. You know, let's see. This is Eclecticus 33:1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi the Lord. But in temptation, that's that hell. That's that when you get swallowed up by your sins and your iniquities, okay? But in temptation, even again, he will deliver him. A wise man hateth not the law, but he that is a hypocrite therein is as a ship in a storm. A man of understanding trusteth in the law, and the law is faithful unto him as an oracle. Prepare what to say, and so shall be heard, and bind up instruction, and then make answer. The heart of a foolish is like a cartwheel, and his thoughts are like a rolling axle tree. A stallion horse is a mocking friend. He nigheth under everyone that sitteth upon him. Why doeth one day excel another? Okay, so this is breaking down some holidays, okay? Pagan holidays. Why doeth one day excel another? Birthdays. Okay, those are satanic pagans, okay? When as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun, okay? So that's the thing, that's deep, right? So when you have a birthday, okay, but then, you know, people just say, you know, it's just another day, and that's correct, because it's just, I mean, when you wake up, it's just, when on your birthday, it's not like you're waking up and basically, I mean, basically the day's the same. You still got the same amount of days of light and the same in the day, man. The thing is, to seek these things and to want to know these things is the most important thing, and that's what we're supposed to be living for, you know. Why doeth one day excel another, when as all the light of every day in the year, 365 days, is of the sun? By the knowledge of Yahawah the Lord they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts, okay? Hey, and that just brings us up, because those feasts, okay? The moon, she was a sign and seasons of feast. Basically, behold those that were sealed in the feast of the Lord. You know, because we're that clay, you know. Some of them hath he made high days and hollowed them, and some of them hath he made ordinary days. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. And much knowledge Yahawah Bahasham Yahushua the Lord hath divided them, and made their ways diverse. So the ordinances of every man is different. Some people got bigger lots than some, you know, only because they can be trusted with that lot, or they were built to be trusted with that lot. You know what I mean? Because he made it all. He made us capable of things, even when we can't even comprehend. But we are actually capable of succeeding those things, even from the littlest of matters. You know, humble thyself when they are brought to a low estate. You know, I'm working at McDonald's. I really don't. You know, I'm 27. I never thought I'd be here again. But it's humbling, because I'd rather have a job than no job. And the thing is, that's the thing. This job right here, this is the most important job right here, though. This is the one you can never, I mean, you can get fired from, but the thing is, it's the deepest thought of it is in much knowledge. Yahawah Bahasham Yahushua the Lord hath divided them, and made their ways diverse. Some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them hath he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them hath he cursed and brought low, and turned out of their places. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it as his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render him as liketh him best. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So that's the thing. That's all you see, man.
That's a good question, Roberto.
That's all you see nowadays. It's just the godly versus sinner, and good versus evil. So look upon all the works of Yahawah the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. I waked up last of all, as one that gathereth after grape gatherers. By the blessing of Yahawah Bahasham Yahushua the Lord I profited, and filled my winepress like a gatherer of grapes. Consider I labor not for myself only, but for all them that seek learning. Hear me, all ye great men of the people, hearken with your ears, ye rulers of the congregation. Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest, and give not thy goods to another. lest they repent thee, and thou entreat for the same again. So that's the thing, when you're handed something and then you try to take it back, that's what they call an Indian giver. But the thing is, don't let nobody have power over you. That's the thing. as long as thou livest and hast breath in thee, give not thyself over to any. You know, the only person you should be giving yourself over to is Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, seeking his name and trying to get right, because he'll restore your life more than you could think. You know, for it is better that thy children should seek to thee than thou shouldest stand to their courtesy. So that's the thing too. Even when you're in this truth, it is better, for better is it that thy children in a spiritual sense, when you start growing up and start, you know, eating your milk, you know, drinking your milk and eating your meat of the scriptures, you'll start to notice how just regular people start becoming as like children to you, because your elevation, your wisdom and understanding in the scriptures is father-like, okay? Because to be an elder, man, and to actually, like, the thing is that it's so deep, because to be in a sense of to be in an elder state, just a mature state, is where you want to be. It is better that thy children should seek to thee. So people, it's going to be better that you do this work and people seek for you, because that's what's going to happen. You know, people are not going to be able to resist or gainsay, okay? I don't know the exact scripture. I got a sure testimony on that precept, because, you know, ain't nobody going to be able to gainsay you, because you're moving like a god now, okay? What you were created to be, you know, these 12 tribes, man. It's time for us to wake up and see, okay, the lies and the trickery and all deceit. This is very important. Eclecticus 33:26, a yoke and a collar do bow the neck, so are tortures and torments of an evil servant. Send him to labor, and if he be not idle, because idle, that's what you see most of the day, man. When people get off of work, they want to be idle, they want to take a break, they want to rest, they want to celebrate, they want to play. That's idleness, okay? Your downtime is your downtime is your crown time, okay? And that's the best way I could put it, man. You want to be crowned 144,000, a hopeful elect. You want to be like them. You know, he said follow their ways, follow the testimonies, man. If there's someone that seemed to be wise, stand at the feet of his door, okay? And that door is wisdom, man. Wisdom is, she's the door into heaven, man. She's that ultimate salvation given by the Most High Yahuah himself, and his throne's right next to her, up in the sky. Okay, send him to labor, okay, and that's what I'm doing. I was sent out to labor, okay. I wasn't happy with my life, even though I owned a business, okay. I was on my way to owning a business, okay. But the thing is, I wasn't happy, man. And that's the thing. You could fight 50 plus years for building up somebody else's kingdom, but you know, you weren't thinking of building up your own. And that's the thing. See, send him to labor, that he be not idle, for idleness teaches much evil, okay? It teaches much evil to be bored, you know. Boredom giveth room for Satan, you know. Set him to work that is fit for him, okay? Fit for him. So everybody's got a job that's fit for them, okay? An ordinance. If he be not obedient, put on more heavy fetters. Be not excessive toward any, and without discretion do nothing. So, I mean, really, I mean, don't just think twice, you know. If thou have a servant, let him be unto thee as thyself, because thou hast brought him with a price. If thou have a servant, entreat him as a brother, for thou hast need of him as of thy own soul. As that's the thing, like two powers, or say if you got two brothers pushing the same force, you know, it's going to hit a lot more people in a short amount of time. So imagine if all our nation, the 12 tribes, I mean, we could really be on top. But it's all about unity and pulling together, man. It's showing how strong we are in loyalty and, you know, unity, and, you know, what we believe, you know, in our laws, you know, and our God, man. You know, the thing is, network marketing, I've got a little experience on that. So I'm basically starting my way back up from the bottom again, you know, having nothing, but, you know, it's when you humble yourself, you know, don't despise when thou art brought to a low estate. Because the thing is, it's not a hard thing for the Most High to take a poor man and give him riches above all the world, man. And that's the thing, man. It's just by knowledge, man. And whoso feareth Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the Lord shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. So that's the thing. If you're about to die, man, what do you got to be afraid of? You know, he's preserved your life. Blessed is the soul of him that feareth Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the Lord, to whom doeth he look, and who is his strength. For the eyes of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the Lord, are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from heat, and a strong stay, a defense from heat, and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling, and a help from falling. So that's that thing, man. That's beautiful. He riseth up the soul and lighteneth the eyes. He giveth health, life, and blessing. He that sacrificeth of a thing wrongfully gotten, his offering is ridiculous, and the gifts of unjust men are not accepted. The Most High Yahawah is not pleased with the offerings of the wicked, neither is he pacified for sins by the multitude of sacrifices. Whoso bringeth the offering of the goods of the poor doeth as one that killeth the son before his father's eyes. Whoso bringeth an offering of the goods of the poor. So that's the thing, the poor, man, they actually, this knowledge, this truth, man, it goes deep, man. Because, you know, who sacrifices, that's very scary. Because if that wasn't your lot, but a rich man's spot trying to fulfill a poor man's lot, it's never gonna work. Okay. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. And that's what you see. A lot of deceit, a lot of just a lot of wicked stuff, man. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder. When one buildeth and another pulleth down, what profit have they then but labor? When one prayeth and another curseth, whose voice will Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi hear? That's exactly right. This is Eclecticus 36. Have mercy upon us, O Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, God of all, and behold us. Who's us? The 12 tribes. And send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power, as thou hast sanctified in us before them. So be thou magnified among them before us, and let them know thee, as we have known thee, that there is no God, but only thou, O Yahawah. O God, he's the Most High. I don't even like calling him God, because Wisdom of Solomon 7 and I think it's Wisdom of Solomon 7. Let's see. This is beautiful. This is Wisdom of Solomon 9:7. Thou hast chosen me to be a king of thy people and a judge of thy sons and daughters. Thou hast commanded me to build a temple, and that's what he commanded me after I heard upon that curse of Deuteronomy 28. build the walls of Jerusalem, you know, and if thou do not hear, you know, obey the voice which I command thee this day, you know, the curse, you know, he told me I was gonna die if I didn't do this, man. That's what he said. So this is the gravity of the situation. If I'm not out, you know, if I'm not doing this, man, that's the thing, man. He's gonna put more fetters on me, and to the point where, I mean, I'm gonna die. But that's the thing. I love doing this thing because I can feel him healing me when I do this work. I can feel my life and my thoughts getting better. Perfect, like in a pure sense, okay, where I have control. Where I don't feel so crazy. Okay. Thou hast commanded me to build a temple upon thy holy mount, and an altar in the city wherein thou dwellest. What mountain is that? That's Mount Zion. His people, the 12 tribes, man. That's his people is the holy tabernacle, which thou hast prepared from the beginning. That's 144,000. So this knowledge is very special, man. And people, this is the thing. Listen, verse 9. And wisdom was with thee, which knoweth thy works, and was present when thou madest the world, and knew what was acceptable in thy sight, and right in thy commandments. O send her out of thy holy heavens, and from the throne of thy glory, that being present she may labor with me, that I may know what is pleasing unto thee. For she knoweth and understandeth all things, and she shall lead me soberly in my doings, and preserve me in her power. And this is the thing. So shall my works be acceptable, and then shall I judge thy people righteously, and be worthy to sit in my Father's seat. For what man is he that can know the counsel of Yahawah? That's going back to Sirach 1 verse 6 and verse 7. You know, who hath heard upon her counsel? Wisdom, okay? Or who can think what the will of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is? For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, and our devices are but uncertain. For the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that museth among many things. So your mind, it's like your spirit doesn't get tired, but your flesh gets tired. Okay. But look, the wisdom, the moon, she entered into me and she spoke to me like Jonah. I was swallowed up. That's basically what happened. Wisdom of Solomon 7:27. Well, also that 22. For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is the understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good. So wisdom likes people who are ready to do good, like gentle people, man. Just like, it's just, if you ever seen a horse or just a majestic, just something about them, man. It's just like, as you look at people, you can see who's got a humble spirit or not, man. Thing is, by wisdom by your understanding, by your discretion, you can see these things. But you gotta be patient, because sometimes it does take a week for you to get a lesson or to get an interpretation of something. The thing is, if you love that interpretation that much, it'll be on your spirit to get it out to the world. And that's how it is. Like, I'll be meditating on thousands of things. Out of those thousands of things, I probably bring out a few things. And that's just how you see every man, every woman in this place, man. We're starting to take on bad traits, man. You know, when you start keep going in the same way. But Slocky, let me get back on. See, it's like how you begin to talk. Your mind will start to take you into another direction, and that's into another lesson, okay? And it's either progression or a recession. Okay, it's either you're ruined or it's building up old ruins, which is, I mean, looking back in the past, we could find a lot of signs that were missed, man. Like, still to this day, like, if we could just help people, man. If we could just help people, just shake them up. And that's why we try to. Harsh love is the best love, and I say that because, you know, without that harsh love, you wouldn't see what real love really is. Like, fake love and real love, man. Like, that's the thing, man. To be disciplined is a principal thing, because wisdom is discipline. Let me get back to it. For wisdom, this is Wisdom of Solomon 7:25. For she is the breath of the power of Yahawah, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. So back to Jonah, because you know how he fell. He fell into Jonah 2:2, and said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto Yahawah the Lord, and he heard me out of the belly of hell. Cried I, and thou heardest my voice. And that's the thing. It's getting kind of hot in here. Yeah, they tried to kick me out of McDonald's, man. And I just started working. Well, I didn't just start working, but I'm in the process of just building my way up. For she is the breath of the power of Yahawah, the pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty Yahawah. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her, for she is the brightness of the everlasting light. Okay, everlasting light. So that's going to tell us something. The unspotted mirror of the power of Yahawah and the image of his goodness. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. And in all ages, that's meaning all generations, entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends of Yahawah. And prophets. You know, a prophet is someone who basically is speaking life into. It's like, alright, it's like when you're speaking life into somebody who's dumb, or intelligence or elegance, and just it's energy, because the words you say, the words you write, I mean, you feel them, okay? It's like when you were up in high school or school at all, and you had a crush, okay? Well, when you got that note and you started to read, you know, you could feel the love, man. You could feel that energy. You could feel every little mark, damn near, okay? It's like a footprint in prophets. So we're just trying to leave the footprints of the path to the everlasting light, which is Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash, Halalyam, Yahawaah, Yahawashi. Because I could have died that night, man. And that's what people still want to wake up on a shitty side of the bed, man. And that's not what you want to do, man. It's time to repent, and it's time to make amends. That's all, man. Because like we have sound wisdom laid up for us all. And the thing is, our sin and our iniquities is what's stopping us from that. It's like when you're not old enough to get an inheritance, when somebody just passed on in your family. When you're not old enough, you know, you gotta wait until you mature. Okay, so same with the scriptures. You know, to get our inheritance, our sound wisdom, we have to seek to be mature. Because if there's a lot of old people out here, man, still in their mind still acting like they're 5 years old, man. I've been to jail. I've seen old cats trying to act like these 20-year-olds, man. And they think that shit's cool, man. But the thing is, man, the Most High is He's very long-suffering, man. And the thing is, it only takes time. It only takes time for a situation like that to turn very bad. You know what I mean? So it's just like this scripture, man. It's better to start when you're young so you can get wisdom throughout all your ages. Because the thing is, the scriptures is telling us how to deviate situations that could really, I mean, it's just, I'm trying to find a word to best match that. To deviate the situation, that's what the scriptures do. And righteous and judgment. And the true wisdom, not of our understanding, okay? Because that's the thing, everything that's happening to your life on a day-to-day basis, it's already written about. Somebody's already went through it. And it's in the scriptures, man. If you're of the 12 tribes, man, this is our diary. You know, people have diaries and stuff like that. Well, we have a Bible, and that's our truth and survival. This is and listen to this, Wisdom of Solomon 9:16. And hardly do we guess aright at things that are upon earth. It says hardly do we guess aright. So sometimes we're right, and we're only right because he put it on our spirit to be right at that given time, at things that are upon the earth. And with labor do we find the things that are before us. So with labor, so the names, like I seen that face in my forehead, Revelations 22:4. I'm like, that's who the world looks like, who the world calls Jesus. So with labor, I found out that the letter J was only 500 years old. And there's a scripture, Acts 4:12, tells us there was only 2 names under heaven. But when I went online, there's thousands of names. There's thousands of names, y'all. So that's when it kind of hit me real deep. Like, damn, is this the mark of the beast? So the thing is, I was freaking out for a few weeks, you know. So that's when it was on my spirit to fast, and it was like 3 weeks. I fasted, and the thing is, I was being attacked in my dreams by, demons, man. Basically, sleep paralysis, nightmares. But the thing is, those all go back to being tried in temptation and being purified. Because if you're not catching affliction on this side, and that's the thing too. Who are you praying to get those demons off you? And that's the thing. At the time when that was happening, I was praying to the wrong. I was praying to the wrong God. At the time then, I was praying to Yahuah, Yahweh, Yahushua. The thing is, all these, we got to understand that all these gods of the nations they're not to be in comparison with the Most High God. But to the wisdom, just to be very quick and to the point, wisdom. If you read Wisdom of Solomon 7:22 to 29, you see that wisdom is the moon. It's saying right here, she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all order of stars being compared with the light she has found before it. The moon has power to smite, to reprove. Listen to this, Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 8:16. After I am come into my house, I will repose myself with her, for her conversation had no bitterness, and to live with her had no sorrow but mirth and joy. So like, even when I'm sick, I'm happy as fuck, like for real. Because just to know that I'm going through this illness, this sickness, this affliction, it just shows me, it's just exercising the faith and the hope. Oh, I hope the sickness goes away. It looks bad right now, but hey, it's crazy though, because usually when you're sick, you are shitty as fuck. I know I am, but Now when I get sick, it's like, shit, I take it cheerfully, because that's what we're supposed to do, you know. Because, you know, our past life and our old life, you know, before we came into this, you know, we remember our sins, what we were doing, and that's what makes us like, it could be a lot worse, but he wouldn't give us anything that we can't endure. Let me here, this is a story right here, Wisdom of Solomon 14. Again, one preparing himself to sell and about to pass through the raging waves. What's that raging waves? That's Ezekiel 28 verse 8. Calleth upon a piece of wood. Now, I want you to take that right there. He calleth upon a piece of wood. What do you see in these churches? Okay, a piece of wood on a cross. Okay. Calleth upon a piece of wood more rotten than the vessel that carrieth him. What's the vessel that carries you? It's your body, okay? And Daniel 9 and verse 17, you know, make thy face shine upon thy temple, thy sanctuary, you know, that's that vessel, his holy vessels. For blessed is the wood whereby righteousness come, but that which is made with hands is cursed, as well it as he that made it, he because he made it, and it because being corruptible it was called God. So that's the thing, when you see, and then when you hear people say G-O-D, damn, they're actually cursing Satan, which is cursing their own soul. So you're not supposed to be saying G-O-D, damn, or on G-O-D, because swearing, especially to the 12 tribes, we ain't supposed to be doing none of that. And now as you listen, it's in every rap song you hear nowadays, man. And it just makes me sick, man. Because it's just, I mean, it's not right, man. You know, we gotta examine the truth and then reprove. Bound down thy shoulder. This is Eclecticus 6 and 25. Bound down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. For at the last thou shalt find her rest, and that shall be turned into thy joy. And that's the thing. Wisdom, man. Let me go up. This is Eclecticus 6:22. For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. So, and there's very many precepts on talking about wisdom and her name. Okay, we know that month and moon. Okay, the word month came from the word moon, and it's just matching up. Okay, it's matching up. Oh, this is beautiful. Sirach 6:20. She is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. She will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial, and he will cast her from him ere it be long. For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest to many. Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel. So the Most High is saying right here, this is the Most High speaking through wisdom. Okay, let me go on to Proverbs 2 and 10 right now. When wisdom, okay, this is, alright, I'm going to start at Proverbs 2 and 8. He keepeth the paths of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints. Okay, so going back to Genesis 33, how Jacob was preserved and seen the Most High face to face. And we know that a face to face, a dream is a resemblance of being face to face. And I had a dream I was face to face with a dark entity. And the thing is, I believe it was the same creature, living creature that was talking with me, just like Daniel was speaking, man. The same thing that was by the river. Okay, well, this thing came face to face with me in my dream, and on the writings on the wall, I seen Peter and Timothy. You know, make they call it in thy election sure. Basically, ever since then, I ain't stopped reading. You know, Because why is that? Proverbs 2:4-7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Thereof get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So when you go through something dark, you're gonna chase down the world, not giving a fuck who it is for that crown to be understood. Okay, because that's what you see nowadays is people who are so misunderstood, and ultimately that's no good, because a lot of these deaths, a lot of these fights happen because people don't know how to explain themselves and they're misunderstood. Okay, and an evil suspicion of overthrown their judgment. That's the thing. The powers of these worlds. Thing is, it's what's killing people is the lack of wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Okay, because I know what's in man. Okay, and it's Satan, man, trying to resist us from each other and the Most High Himself. Damn. I gotta. When wisdom entereth into thy heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul. So that's the thing. That's matching up with Eclecticus 6:20. She is very unpleasant to the unlearned. And that's what happened to me. She was very unpleasant. And but he that is without understanding will not remain with her. So that's the thing. You have to have understanding to remain with her and to remain with the Most High. This is Eclecticus 7:4. Seek not Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi the Lord preeminence, neither of the king the seat of honor. So the thing is, when you're in this, man, you shouldn't want the high seat. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You want to take the low seat because that's the best seat. Because, you know, like Tupac said, all eyes on me. You don't want all eyes on you, especially if you don't know what the state of the world is. Okay, because you could have all haters looking at you. It's all about having the right people looking at you, man. Just doing. That's why to be wise and harmless, wise as serpents, harmless as doves. Justify not thyself before Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi the Lord, and boast not of thy wisdom before the king. So that's the thing. Like, because why don't we boast about wisdom? Because he could strip you of your wisdom. He could strip you of your glory. He could strip you of everything, man. Woman. Seek not to be judged. And that's the thing. He set up judges, but even that's a hard job in itself, man. Being not able to take away iniquity, because you know there's only one who could take away iniquity, you know, and that's Him, Yahweh. Least at any time thou feel least at any time thou fear the person of the mighty, and lay a stumbling block in the way of thy uprightness. Offend not against the multitude of a city, and then thou shalt not cast thyself down among the people. So that's the thing too. Offend not against the multitude of a city, and then thou shalt not cast thyself down among the people. Bind not one sin upon another, for in one thou shalt not be unpunished. Say not Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the Most High God will look upon the multitude of my obligations, and when I offer to the Most High Yahweh, the Most High God, He will accept it. And that's the thing, because we got to understand that He's not dealing with the proud. He's not dealing with it, man. Say, be not faint-hearted when thou makest thy prayer, and neglect not to give alms. And that's for these people with money, man. When you see a homeless man who's really actually trying, and they got an evil eye towards him, which is, I mean, it's wicked, man. Because if you got an evil eye against a righteous man, that means the Most High, he's got it out for you already. Laugh no man to scorn in the bitterness of his soul, for there is one that humbleth and exalteth. Devise not a lie against thy brother, neither do thee like to thy friend. Use not to make any manner of lie, for the custom thereof is not good. Use not many words in the multitude of elders, and make not much babbling when thou prayest. Hate not laborious work, neither husbandry, which Yahawah the Most High hath ordained. Number not thyself among the multitude of sinners. This is the thing. Number not thyself among the multitude of sinners, but remember that wrath will not tarry long. So the thing is, to be numbered amongst a multitude of sinners is just to link up, man. Is when you're linking up with, man, just the wrong people, man. Humble thy soul greatly, for the vengeance of the ungodly is fire and worms. Change not a friend for any good, by no means, neither a faithful brother for the gold of Orphe. It's like a gold brick, man. And that's what used to happen, man. We used to be sold for, I mean, it's just stupid, because looking back at slavery, we were sold, like phones go for $1,000 now, but we were getting sold for like $5 and $20, man. That's our so-called blacks, Mexicans, Latinos, Native Americans, man. We are sold off as I've just seen so many things that outprice what we were sold for in that past life, man. Hast thou children, instruct them, and bow down their neck from their youth. And I can remember this because my mom she always kept me almost a shamefaced kid, man. But the thing is, I believe it was the Most High. He had it on my spirit the whole time. I always walked with my head down, and I had lowest self-esteem. And the thing is, it's because I don't know. There's just something in me telling me like, hey, that's not your crowd. That ain't you. That ain't you. What I like to do is make music, skateboard, and now, I mean, this truth is. This is my love, man. This is that first love, man. And this is what people always want to step away from. But this is where it all comes from. This is Eclecticus 10:1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man that ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of Yahawah Shemiyashi, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. In the hand of Yahawah is prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor. Bear not the hatred of thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practices. So that means to be in a fight. Hey, hang on, my phone's dying, but I gotta back up. I got 5% left. Little battery pack comes in handy. I should have plugged it up. I'm praying Yahawah Bahasham, Bahasham, take this illness away from me. Shumaria, protect, Wah, and Rapah, heal. Babakasha, please, Yahawah, the Most High, Bahasham, in the name. Rakakodash, Holy Spirit, Bahasham, in the name. Yahawashi. I'm on. Hey, ooh. Hey, this is it right here. Eclecticus 10:20. Among brethren, he that is chief is honorable, So are they that fear Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai in his eyes. The fear of Yahweh, the Lord, goeth before the obtaining of authority, but roughness and pride is the losing thereof. So that's the thing, like being rough. Like as I think about Revelations, the fake Jews, they're gonna come and worship before our feet. But how are they gonna do that? You know, they're not gonna do that by us being ruffled. So the thing is, we gotta be better than we gotta outdo the evil doers, okay, in this truth, okay. That's how people are gonna see the works of the ungodly being declared, and that's how they're seeing it. Wisdom lifted up the head of him that is of low degree, and maketh him to sit among great men. Condemn not a man for his beauty, neither abhor a man for his outward appearance. The bee is little among such as fly, but her fruit is the chief of sweet things. And with these things, man, this knowledge and this truth, man, to be up in it for real. Boast not of thy clothing and remnant, and exalt not thyself in the day of honor, for the works of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, the Lord, are wonderful, and his works among men are hidden. Many kings have sat down, okay, to sit down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of have worn the crown. So many kings have sat down upon the ground. That's Psalms 40:12. So many are called, few and are chosen, okay, and one that was never thought of have worn the crown. Many mighty men have been greatly disgraced, and the honorable delivered into other men's hands. And what are those other men's hands? Those are those dreadful kings, man. But with the blessing of the Most High God, you know, you're gonna be delivered out of that. You know, and what's the blessing, man? The blessing is, man, just to have His name, just to have His, just to be in this truth, man. Issachar 11:22. The blessing of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai is in the reward of the godly, and suddenly, okay. So don't be afraid of sudden, because the thing is, just as bad things happen suddenly, good things can happen suddenly too. Like that's how I was looking at my life at that time. My life was real bad. I had no idea what I was gonna do, and in a way I'm still there, but it's better to know that I got people around me all over the world who are listening, who are waking up, who are going through these same things. You know, people take this as a joke, but when they start seeing us really out here doing it, that's the thing. That's just showing the world we're getting closer to the scriptures being fulfilled, and you know, that perfect world coming. Because that's what we look forward to. We look forward to a perfect world. The blessing of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai is in the reward of the godly, and suddenly He maketh His blessing to flourish. So let me go to Isaiah 44, because the rain nourisheth it. Okay. So the thing is, you have to go through the pain, and then you have to understand. The time is what is the gain, okay? Because you need, with time all things heal. So let me go to Isaiah 44. Okay, but this is talking about, you know, His holy servants. Okay, the blessing. This is Issachar 11:22, and this is just, I'm gonna show you guys a quick precept to what that verse is talking about, because even though Issachar 11:22 has maybe 10-11 words in it, there may be 10-11 verses that match up with that, and the only way you're going to get that and get that revealed to you is by reading and by trying to understand. So let me think. This I'm going to start at Isaiah 44. They that make a graven image are all of them vanity, because this is talking about the Most High's graven image. Revelations 22:4. They that make a graven image are all of them vanity, and their detectable things. What's the detectable things? The ungodly works should be declared. Second Exodus 14 verse 35. The detectable things, okay, the graven images, they're all that, alright? They're lying. And they are their own witnesses, they see not nor know, that they may be ashamed. And that's the thing. Who hath formed a god or molten a graven image that is profitable for nothing? Behold, all his fellows shall be ashamed. Whose fellows? This Yahawashi's shall be ashamed. And the workmen, they are men. So it's saying 144,000 are men. Okay. Let them all be gathered together. Let them stand up. Yeah, they shall fear, and they shall be ashamed together. That's Psalms 40 right there, man. The smith and tongs worketh in the coals, and fashion it with hammers, and worketh it with the strength of his arms. Yeah, he is hungry, and his strength faileth, and drinketh no water, and is faint. But this is what I want to get to. Verse 14. He heweth him down cedars, and taketh the cypress and the oak, which is what he strengtheneth for himself among the trees of the forest. Everybody in the world is like a tree, okay? That's why there's so many types of trees. There's so many types of people too. He planteth an ash, and the rain doeth nourish it. Okay, so jumping back to Eclecticus 11:22, the blessing of Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi, the Lord is in the reward of the godly. So that's that reward, and you know it should shine on you forevermore. And suddenly he maketh his blessing to flourish, matching up with Isaiah 44 and 14, and that's beautiful too, because it's Isaiah 44 and 14, all those numbers correlate with the 144,000, you know. So it's just a beautiful manifestation. Even while you're reading, at the very second of the time you'll be reading it, he can manifest you great things. The affliction of an hour maketh a man forget pleasure, and in his deeds shall be discovered. Judge none blessed before his death, for a man shall be known and his children. For it is an easy thing unto Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi the Lord in the day of death to reward a man accordingly to his ways. And that day of death is Ezekiel 28 verse 8. Okay, the death's in the midst of the seas. And you know, basically, marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi the Lord, and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi on the sudden to make a poor man rich. And that's what I want to stress, man. The blessing of Yahweh is in the reward of the godly, and suddenly he maketh his blessing to flourish. You know, he's coming, y'all. You know, you gotta stay strong, stay in the works, stay in this book. There is one that laboreth and taketh pains and maketh haste, and is so much the more behind. So I want you to picture a poor man. Again, there is another that is slow and hath need of help, wanting ability. I got broken bones, broke my neck a few years ago. Wanting ability and full of poverty, yet the eye of Yahweh, the Lord, looked upon him for good and set him up from his low estate. He lifted up his head from misery. And who did that? And then who did that? Was Eclecticus 11:1. Wisdom lifted up the head of him that is of low degree, and maketh him to sit among great men. And it's beautiful, man. Yet the eye of Yahweh, the Lord, looked upon him for good, and set him up from his low estate, and lifted up his head from misery, so that many that saw it marveled at him. And what is that? What is it? Psalms 40 and verse 3. Make that, you know, that's the thing, man. And hey, with that, I'm gonna let this upload. And Shalom, Kahala, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Kakudash. Got these devils burning up in here. But hey, I hope this was good. And I want to bring more out.